Hey guys, welcome back to the Calibrate Tools and DIY channel. Hope everybody's doing good today. Man, this year is flying by just like all the years before, right? It's halfway done already. It's crazy. Yeah, guys, glad you can make it. I'm talking about the ones who come in later and the ones who come in now. Appreciate you. Stop by in the chat just to say hello. You don't necessarily have to comment on the topic itself, but if you come in and give me a shout out, we love that. We love that kind of participation. So I'm gonna jump right into it, guys. Are Home Depot and Lowe's making a big mistake? What do I mean by that, guys? I knew this was coming. I knew it was coming. Um, you know, you buy something from the store, from Home Depot or Lowe's, and you decide, hey, look, I don't like this. I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna return it, and you go back and you get your money back, no problem, right? Sometimes that was the plan in the beginning. You know you didn't want to own the thing. You just wanted to borrow it for a little bit, right? And so you buy it, and then you come back the next day, or maybe even in a couple of hours, you return to get your money back, and you got your use out of the thing. They don't even ask questions. It's like, oh, boom, oh, you need a return? Okay, cool, boom, simple, right? Man, well, that's all. Well, it has changed already, right? I was gonna say it's all about to change, but it already has changed, and I'm gonna dive into that right away, guys. You can only get away with stuff for so long before it catches up to you. And that's what Home Depot and Lowe's did, right? They said, no more taking advantage of us. And I kind of understand them, but are they hurting themselves financially in the long run, right? Because if it's all about customer service, a return policy is one of the biggest, components of a good customer service offering, right? You guys, yeah, I'm by a window, a lot of noise out here. I got to do something about that, man. I'm too close to this window. I got to soundproof this place or something. But yeah, being able to return an item without any hassle and get your money back, get a refund right there, is what is one of the biggest selling points, right, for a lot of these companies out here, namely Home Depot and Lowe's. Excuse me. But let's dive into it and see what's going on here, okay? Lowe's and Home Depot just made big return policy changes. Retailers have struggled with returns. As a business, you want to be customer friendly and have a liberal return policy, right? Got to make the customer happy. Customer's always right, that type of thing. The problem is that every retailer has dealt with consumers essentially borrowing an item, using it, and then bringing it back, like I said, right? They must have known, right? You got to know that if you have a policy like that, people are going to take advantage of it. Judging an honest return versus someone trying to take advantage is a challenging problem. Well, you can't tell the difference, right? Amazon, for example, has some items for which it will refund the customer, but not ask for it to be sent back. And yeah, that's happened to me before. I bought some from Amazon, and something was wrong with it. I wasn't trying to take advantage of the system or game the system. And yeah, they refunded you right away. They didn't even ask for a return. The online giant, however, also tracks customer returns and has banned some customers from returning items because they do it too often. So that's their way of taking care of that problem, right? You do it too much, they say, well, yeah, this is your MO, so we're not going to have you on the site anymore. So you're pretty much shooting yourself in the foot if you decide to be too greedy, right? It says the overall problem is massive, with returns projected to reach 890 billion in 2024, according to a report by the National Retail Federation and Happy Returns. Retailers estimate that 16.9% of their annual sales in 2024 will be returned. So they're planning for this, right? They know this is part of the business model, and they just I wonder if they price accordingly, right? When they price their products, is this whole return factor priced into the product itself? As a business person, I would think that they would, right? If they're really following the analytics and they don't want to lose so much money. For retailers, however, the challenge is that customers want a liberal returns policy. Return policies and expectations impact the consumer all throughout their shopping experience. 76% of consumers consider free returns a key factor in deciding where to shop. See, that's the dilemma right there, right? You got to throw out that bait. Free returns, free this, free that. And that's how you get the people to look your way instead of that way. It's just human psychology. It says 67% say a negative return experience would discourage them from shopping with a retailer again. According to the report. 84% of consumers report being more likely to shop with a retailer that offers no box, no label returns, and immediate refunds. Hey, you can't fight human psychology. You're going to have to compromise at some point. But you can't compromise to your detriment, right? You can't be so, you can't bend to the will of the customer all the time. This is one instance where I say the customer is not always right, because there's that part of human psychology that just wants to take advantage of things. We want things for free. We want to get away with stuff, right? And that's, so it's biting them in the foot right now, these companies, these retailers. Most retailers have taken that to heart and offer liberal return policies. Lowe's and Home Depot traditionally have, but on some items, they have a policy that may shock customers who likely would never expect rules that strict. Let's find out. It says Home Depot and Lowe's add restrictive return policy. Let's see how restrictive they're going to get with this. When you buy a big ticket item, you would assume that you have a reasonable amount of time to make sure it works. Once that period passes, hopefully you have a manufacturer's warranty that will cover problems at least for the first year. You know what? Before I continue with this one, let's find out how much they lose each year as far as returns go. Let's see what that looks like. It says while it's difficult to pinpoint the exact annual loss from returns for Home Depot and Lowe's, both companies face significant costs associated with returns due to shipping, restocking, and potential loss of value. According to Shopify, the cost to process a return can range from 20% to 65% of the item's original value. So they're taking a big hit on returns, guys. Okay. I don't even know how they sustain these kinds of losses if this is going on. This includes both direct costs like shipping and restocking, as well as hidden costs. What are some of the hidden costs? Let's see. Returns management includes costs related to processing returns, managing inventory, and potentially losing sales due to damaged or unsellable returned items. Okay, I can see that. There's an impact on the revenue as well. For each returned order, businesses can lose a significant percentage of the original price, sometimes up to 66% due to refunds. Shipping costs for return items and the cost to restock items that can be resold are major factors in the overall cost of returns. Home Depot, with its significantly larger revenue compared to Lowe's, may have a larger overall volume of returns, but also potentially more robust systems for managing those returns. Okay, so you see right there, guys, it spells out that, hey, returns are not the business. They are taking a hit. If they can't resell that item, if that item's damaged, they lost money, all in the name of trying to cater to their customer base, right? By offering something that we as human beings want. And that can make the difference between them shopping somewhere else or shopping there. And a returns policy, a very liberal one, has been traditionally the way to do that, right? But now we see it's really biting them in the what, and they want to do something about it. But what they're going to do about it may be biting them as well. So it's really a no-win situation as far as I'm concerned. Okay, where were we? Most customers assume, however, that when they hold on, let's back up here. Yeah. We're talking about buying a big ticket item. You would assume that you have a reasonable amount of time to make sure that it works. Okay. Once that period passes, you have a manufacturer's warranty that will cover any problems at least for a year. Most consumers assume, however, that when they buy something big like a stove, an air conditioner, or another major appliance, that they have at least 30 days to make a return. Well, at both Home Depot and Lowe's, that's not the case. Home Depot has a 48-hour return policy, okay, on certain items, okay. And let's see here. So they give you like an 800 number to call them within 48 hours, excluding weekends, for any damages and defects on major appliances and stuff like that. So they're covering their tail this way, right? They have a shorter return window, and you better use that thing, right, if you plan on returning it. A 48-hour return policy seems like an attempt to pass off any problems to the manufacturer. Yeah, this is one thing. So the manufacturers, the companies that offer warranties, they're going to get hit now big with this change in policy. And I'm sure behind closed doors, you're probably at odds with each other, right? The retailers and the manufacturers, like, look, man, yeah, we have the warranty. We got to offer warranty, but you're really putting us between a rock and a hard place now. So what may happen is that the manufacturers may up their prices because of this risk. And, Home Depot may still experience a hit to the revenue just because of that, because everybody's trying to cover their you know what. It says many companies may not have even filled out a warranty card before many customers may not even filled out a warranty card before 48 hours has expired. And that's what they're counting on, right? The manufacturers, at least. Oh, don't fill out the warranty. You never fill out the warranty, so okay. Let's see here. Home Depot also has some items where it only offers 7 days for returns. That's dehumidifiers, pressure washers, air conditioners. That's the window one kind and the portable kind. Generators. All products must be unused in their original factory sealed packaging. So you can't bring back something if it's out of the package, if it's the seal's broken, forget it. I said that policy has been effective since June 16th. That's just last month. The unused and sealed aspect means that if you open it and it's broken, you have to deal with the manufacturer and not the store. Okay. Let's look at what Lowe's is doing. Lowe's also has a 48-hour appliance returns rule. It says you can return these items within 48 hours of purchase. Major appliances, air conditioners and evaporative coolers, paint sprayers, portable generators, pressure washers, chainsaws, and pole saws. Utility vehicles, golf carts, go-karts, and motorized bikes. Okay, so these are higher ticket items. Okay, that's what they take the biggest hit on. These higher ticket items, usually bigger, bulkier items. Basically, Lowe's and Home Depot aren't taking returns on these items unless the customers notice an immediate problem. So, yeah, you know what? I really can't be mad at them for clamping down on this. I'm sure it's been a big hit to the bottom line, especially with the tariffs and stuff going on. They got to really look at everything that they've had in place and rethink everything, including return policies. So it's business doing what they got to do. Hold on a second. Let me check something out here. All right. So, but they do have some competitors like Best Buy and Amazon. Best Buy and Amazon may benefit from this, right? It says Best Buy and Amazon could steal appliance customers from Lowe's and Home Depot. It says cynically, you can look at Home Depot and Lowe's as passing off any problems to their vendors. That's not very customer friendly, as it says, as they bought the item from the store and now have to create a new relationship with the vendor to get the big ticket item repaired. In other words, if you're too late, if you miss that return window, you're gonna have to deal with the manufacturer, and now you're gonna have to make phone calls and you have to wait and all this stuff, and that's not very customer friendly, according to some people. You could at least consider the idea that the 48-hour returns policy will help Home Depot and Lowe's sell some extended warranties, a product that famously benefits the store and not the customer. Okay. Home Depot and Lowe's are also competing with other appliance retailers. Best Buy, for example, offers a standard 14 to 15-day return policy, much longer, on nearly all items. Okay. Some custom orders not included. Let's see here. Now, if you're a My Best Buy Plus and a My Best Buy Total members, you get 60 days on any item. Okay, you get a full 2 months to return it, and that's on any item that does not require activation. Amazon does not even have a specific return policy for appliances. Like I said before, Amazon, sometimes they'll refund you without even having to return the item. So you pretty much got a free item if you're really trying to game the system, which I don't promote, right? I'm not promoting that at all. But it says in most cases, the online retailer allows at least 30 days to return an item. Then it goes into say, oh, at Amazon, we're committed to making your shopping experience as seamless and worry-free as possible. We understand that there may be times when a purchase may not meet your expectations or your needs might change. When that happens, we make completing a return simple and convenient. That's what they have on their website, Amazon. So there's a lot of things Amazon doesn't tell you and that about them as well, but I'll say that for another live. Most items can be returned for a refund or replacement exchange within 30 days of delivery, as long as they are in original or unused condition. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, guys, that's what do you think? Do you think Home Depots and Lowe's are doing the right thing? They're protecting their bottom line. At least trying to mitigate the losses, considering all the other external factors that are affecting major retailers and manufacturers today. Like I said, they got the tariffs going on. You don't know what this administration is going to do. You don't know what Trump's going to do. He's slapping tariffs on everybody. They got to cut costs. You know, if you're a retailer, especially a big box retailer, that's your major concern. It's not just about making money. It's about cutting costs, right? The more costs you cut, it's almost the same thing as making money. So me personally, I'm not mad at Lowe's and Home Depots for clamping down on it, because I mean, how would you like it if people bought something from you as a small business, or rented something from you, bought or rented, whatever, and they came back and said, look, I want my money back. I didn't like it. It didn't work. Even with some of the products I sell, I got returns sometimes. And, I can only imagine being a big company where you're getting like hundreds and thousands of returns every year, how that could really affect your bottom line. So, yeah, I think it's a good move. I think it's a smart move, considering the economic environment right now, the political environment. And you do what you got to do to survive. Simple and plain. All right, guys, tell me what you think in the comments. I appreciate you. If you want to support the channel, just go to calibrate.com and check out what we have there. Okay. And I appreciate you guys coming in tonight. It's not a long live, but I found it pretty interesting. So take care and have a good one.